Hi, I'm Pat Sullivan, Fire Chief, Harrison County Fire Rescue. I'm coming to you to talk about the hurricane safety. Each season we face the threats of hurricane, and this season once again we're impacted with a hurricane in the Gulf and rapidly approaching us. This hurricane could be a serious one. It bringing flood waters, heavy rains, a surge of 11 feet or more. We don't know what the winds are going to do at this point. It depends on where it comes on land, of course. Everybody knows that this hurricane is coming. I'm certain that the word has gotten out. We've done this all over. We've done this often, getting the word out that the hurricane is coming and the dangers of the hurricane. So a couple of things we're going to talk about right now I want to talk about is hurricane safety. Be ready, be prepared, have the stuff done. If you're in a low-lying area, get out of the low-lying area, have another place to go. Understand that we as first responders may not be able to get to you at the height of the storm because of the flooding, because of the roads and so forth. So when you're calling 911 during the height of this storm, it may be a little late and we may not be able to get to you. So make sure you can get out, make sure we can get to you, make sure you live in an area. If you don't live in an area that that we can get to you, then you're going to have to wait until we're absolutely able to. So please understand that we want you to be safe, we want your property to be safe, but we have to think about the first responders, and we can't put the first responders and our equipment at great risk and of harm and damage, and that's just the way it is in a hurricane. So please heed the warning. We say this every year, and we'll still get calls at the height of the storm. No, I didn't get out, now I want out, and I'm begging that you come get us. And we try everything we can, but at the sake of putting our first responders at personal risk, we'd rather not have to do that. The other thing is, after the storm, think about this when the storm is on top of us and we started losing power. Generators are a big issue. Never put a generator inside the house, never run the generator inside where the fumes can overcome you, it has caused deaths. So please don't put the generator inside. If you're going to use a generator, make sure it's away from the home, make sure it's away from property. We've had several fires in our last hurricane, Hurricane Zeta. We had several structure fires because the generator was too close to the house, and for one reason or another, a fire was started by the generator burnt up, the home burnt up, and they lost everything. So be very careful and don't fuel a hot generator. Don't fuel the generator while it's running. Those are recipes for disaster. So please be very careful about that. The other thing that we see people do all the time is hooking up the generators and power at their house, or trying to mess with electricity. That is very dangerous during a storm because we don't know if the power is alive, the power is dead. So be very careful. Treat every power line as if it's a live line, and you can be electrocuted if you step on it or if you touch it. Don't mess with the power lines. Call the experts out. That's why the power companies are bringing in extra crews and are ready to respond. Are we going to lose power? Probably. You know, we do all the time. And so be prepared to have your portable power source. If it's a generator, or if you're doing the lighting, make sure it's not a candle, not open flame. Make sure that you heed all the fire safety things that you need to think about. We also encourage you to have a plan that if you need to get out, that you know where you're going and you can notify others and say, we're leaving and we're going to this place. Because every year we have people say, our relatives or our friends left and we don't know where they went, and we think they may be in danger, we think they may be lost. And then we start a search looking for them, and they're safe somewhere else. If something happens to the property and they have already left and they're safe somewhere else, we're taking assets and risk to search a property that no one's there. So make sure that you notify somebody if you're leaving the property, if you had been there and you're trying to get out and you're leaving, so that if we get calls, we know that it's safe. The storm could last for a while. This is a storm that is moving fairly rapidly, but because of a turn in the track, it could drag it across us and take for a while to leave the area. So don't be in a hurry. Understand that this storm is going to do what it's going to do. It's going to do what it's going to do for the period of time that it's going to do. And subsequently, we have to live through it. We have to deal with it. And those veterans of storms understand you just hunker down. You wait for the storm to get through. You pick up the tree limbs and hopefully the minor stuff that happened, and then you move on. In other cases where we have massive destruction and flooding, we'll be out there. We'll be looking for people. We'll be searching. We'll be having crews come in. We've already had our search and rescue crews and our swift water boats are coming from North Mississippi in to be prepared for this storm, and they're already in place, ready to respond when we call them. So we'll get through this storm as we get through all storms. We just feel like if you use common sense, use storm safety, talk to people. If you've never been through a storm, talk to those people that have and get the information you need, and we'll be all right. We're bringing in extra personnel. All fire departments on the coast are bringing in extra personnel. All fire departments are putting up additional engine companies. All fire departments are prepared for search and rescue. All law enforcement is prepared to go out there and to assist the citizens in any form and size and shape that they need. EMS is ready to go. But once again, understand that during the height of the storm, you may not get the first responders that you would normally get, being the fire, police, and ambulance, in the time that you think you're going to get it there. It may be a situation where you get put on a list, and as soon as we can get to you, we will get there. As soon as the water goes down or the winds subside enough where we can get out and do that, you will be, your list, your name and address will be on our list, and we'll be out there looking for you. So just be safe, and remember that you need to be able to take care of yourself first. You know, a good suggestion, reminder is fire extinguishers and first aid kits. Fire extinguishers and first aid kits are invaluable in this kind of situation. It may mean the difference between a serious injury that's taken care of immediately or a fire that's put out immediately by the fire extinguisher. So think about those things, use common sense, and be prepared. We'll be there if you need us. It may take us a little bit, but we'll be there. So be safe.